get started, let's just establish that I have quarantine hair. It is very mullet-y. I want my mullet back. So if it starts doing weird things, then we're just gonna roll with it. Hey guys, it's Jonna, and it has been ages. It feels like ages. I have not sat down and made a video in forever. For the first time in forever, I'm talking to my camera. My singing abilities have not improved. I thought a great way for me to get back into making videos was just to do a Q&A and catch up with you guys and update you on life in 2020 because it is wild. And yet, I haven't left the house in months. Two things before we get started. Number one, I hope that if you are watching this, you are doing well and you are healthy and safe and your loved ones are healthy and safe, and most importantly, you're doing your part to make sure everyone is healthy and safe. And number two, if you have been watching the news or participating in life at all over the past few months, you know that there have been protests and important movement in the support of the Black Lives Matter movement. I, for one, think it is so incredibly important, and it shouldn't even be a debate at this point. It's super important for all of us, especially white people like myself, to do our part to dismantle just racism in our country. It is so systemic and it's been there forever, and we all have a responsibility to play. I'm going to leave links with ways that you can help. I recommend that you stay on top of ways you can help. I also recommend just making changes in your inner circle. That's where they have to start. Well, it's not where they have to start, but it's an easy way to make change. You know, if one of your relatives has said racist things in the past, even if they've been subtle, it's important to have conversations with them and make sure that they know that that is highly unacceptable. So unacceptable. So just picking up the phone and making changes in your inner circle is a great way to help do your part as a privileged person. I also recently got Me and the White Supremacy. It's a book that I've been hearing a ton about, and I'm so excited to dive into that and just, I don't know, think critically. So to summarize, number one, please do your part, wear a mask, social distance, and number two, do your part to disassemble racism and be actively anti-racist. And with those two very important things in mind, let's just jump into the Q&A and see what you guys are wondering about. I haven't really read these or planned these, so hopefully I don't ramble, but I'm not making any promises because you know I tend to ramble. In fact, I'm doing it right now. And it's been a while, so I'm very out of practice. Why did you stop posting on YouTube for a bit? We missed you. Oh, it's so nice to know that you missed me. I didn't really think anyone would notice, which sounds really dramatic, but it's also really true. I don't really know if there's like a specific reason. I got pretty busy with my job and I was just really focusing on that. And also, like, I don't know, I just kind of got a little burnt out, if I'm being honest. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, it was really stressful to have people just always asking for Hamilton content because I felt like that's all they cared about, that's all they liked, and they didn't like me or my videos unless it was about Hamilton. And so it just, I don't know, it just became really stressful and not fun. So I think I just let other things in my life take over, and then I let YouTube take a back seat. And now I feel like I've missed it, and I feel like I'm just ready to kind of get back into it on my own terms. I mean, I'm not making any promises that there will be videos consistently, but you know, when I want to make one, I'll make one. What shows have you been watching during quarantine? Oh, I am so glad you asked. I'm gonna save the best for last here. But I watched Parks and Rec all the way through from start to finish. Oh, well, I did watch all of the Marvel movies from start to finish as well. That was right at the beginning, and I thought, you know, this is gonna take us through this. I was so naive and so young. Oh, I watched Encore on Disney Plus. That was a lot of fun. And I can tell you my top 4 episodes. So the best one is Godspell, second best is Beauty and the Beast, next best is Anything Goes, and next best is Ragtime. There you have it, do with that what you will. Like, I don't know why I'm blanking. I feel like I've watched a lot of movies, but I'm trying to think of other series that I've watched. I'm looking around as if someone in my room is gonna give me an answer, some figure in my room. Oh, Avatar! Avatar: The Last Airbender. I finally watched that for the first time. I know I'm late, start to finish, and I loved it. But the best, I can't even begin to tell you how blessed I feel to have discovered this show and to have watched it all the way through. It is life-changing, it is art, it deserves its own museum, it's incredible. I cannot say enough. Agent Carter. I can't. I really can't. I love Agent Carter so much. It is Hands down one of my favorite TV shows ever, and I'm sad that it took me this long to watch it. I am obsessed with my girl Peggy Carter. She is my idol, my icon, my role model, my everything. Just please, if you have Disney Plus, it is on there. Watch it and then sign the petition to get a season 3 because they canceled it prematurely and it's very unfair. But I should note that you should sign that after you're done signing ones that are actually important. I got a lot of questions about the Hamilton film, which I expected. I watched it the day it came out and it was great. That's really all I have to say about it. I mean, what else is there to say that hasn't been said? It was great, it was fun. Daveed Diggs is everything. But Leslie Odom Jr. is also everything. But I love Daveed. Oh, he owns my heart. What is your favorite movie? My favorite movie, my comfort movie, is Thor Ragnarok. It's like, I can't even form a sentence. It's so good. I have pretty much all of the Thor Ragnarok Funko Pops, and that makes me happy. If you guys would be interested in a video about my Funko Pop collection, just showing it off and talking about my favorite pieces, let me know because I would love to do that. I made one before, but that was when I had like 30 and now I have almost 100. So there's a lot of new ones. So if you're interested, leave a comment. Favorite song from Descendants 3. My favorite song from Descendants 3 is Night Falls. I love that it reminds me of Thor Ragnarok because it sounds like the Immigrant Song. I know the die-hard Led Zeppelin fans out there, if they're somehow watching this video, are going to be very unhappy that I just said that, but that's my opinion. How do you feel about Disney reopening? I hate it. I am so mad about it. It should not be open, it should be closed, and unless you have to go because you're a cast member and you work there, just do not go. Please do not go. Someone asked me how life is, and I just thought this was a good opportunity to say that Animal Crossing has saved my quarantine life. I have played Animal Crossing every single day since it has come out. I have a 5-star island. I'm very proud of it. I would do like an island tour thing, but I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to get the screen onto a video. Like, I'm assuming you screen record it, but I don't know how. So if anybody knows how to do that, tell me in the comments, and then maybe I will give a tour of my 5-star fandom Animal Crossing Island. That didn't really answer the question about how my life is, but I just wanted to talk about Animal Crossing and I thought that was the best way to do it. If you could be besties with any 3 fictional characters, who would they be? That is the hardest question anyone has ever asked in the history of questions to me. Well, if I'm besties, then they can't be my boyfriend, right? So, do I want to say Loki? I feel, okay, well, Peggy Carter. We're gonna go with that. Cisco Ramon from The Flash on the CW, I think. Leia from Star Wars? Cisco from The Flash, Leia from Star Wars, and Peggy Carter from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm okay with that. Overall, I got a ton of questions about emetophobia and how I'm dealing with my emetophobia during a global pandemic. Something that I noticed pretty much right from the start was that my emetophobia has kind of taken a back seat because my mind is so consumed with worry about the coronavirus. It's just something really interesting to notice. I think right now it's just the anxiety and the stress of COVID-19 coronavirus is so high that my emetophobia can't even come in. That's not to say that I still don't have moments where I worry about, do I feel nauseous? But I have a lot more moments where I worry about, was that a cough? Or does my chest feel tight? But it is really, really difficult to have a germ-based phobia in a time where everybody's talking about germs. And it's just crazy to me that towards the beginning of this, people were saying, here's how to properly wash your hands. And so many people were like, wow, I didn't know that. And it's like, that's really scary and that really stresses me out that a lot of people weren't being hygienic and weren't like keeping themselves clean. Like, it takes a global pandemic for people to do that. That's crazy. So it's just a lot, and I think everyone's feeling that to different degrees and different levels, unless you're one of the people that's out there partying like nothing's happening. I don't want to make this into something. I'm just definitely very preoccupied with coronavirus anxiety all of the time. And it's interesting because typically spring and summer is when I have a little bit of a break from like high emetophobia anxiety because it's like not flu season. But this year there is no break. It's just been all the way through. I went from being really worried about flu season and the stomach flu and emetophobia things right into coronavirus things. So it's just like a lot to take. And I just really, more than anything, want everyone to stay safe and healthy so that we can contain this and get through it instead of making it worse and longer, because it's just really hard. On that note, I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember to do your part. Check the links that I put in the description box for ways that you can support the Black Lives Matter movement. Please really put time into that, and also just please try to better yourself. Use this time to make yourself better. We can all improve. And I will see you next time. Bye!